When I was really young, I got told that I had dyslexia, and that meant that I couldn't read and I couldn't write, or it just made it really, really difficult. That's not really what I heard though. I just heard that you're dumb and you can't read. So growing up, even though I may have really liked to read and write, I didn't because I thought I couldn't. Because I got told that dyslexia is a disability and you are not adequate when compared to your peers in what you're doing. And because you're being compared by academics, which is mainly reading and writing, you lack. You are behind them at all turns. Now I believe this up until a few years ago. I'm 24 now, and I probably learned this when I was about maybe 22, around about then, maybe 23. And here, this is the best way to explain it. Most people have a knife and a fork. Great for eating dinner, cutting things up, great. Now, as a dyslexic person, you may not have the knife. You might just have a spoon. Sometimes you won't even have the fork. You just have this spoon. Now, is the spoon superior to the knife? Well, not really. It's just that if you wanted to eat soup, you'd probably be better off with the spoon, right? And so on and so forth, right? Things that a knife can do, the spoon can't, and the things that the spoon can do, the knife can, right? And so you get to this point where it may appear that because these two utensils, most people have both of them, that they have more ability. But actually, it's nothing to do that, because these two things can't pick up liquid. It doesn't work, right? But this one spoon can. So just because you have one spoon doesn't mean that you're behind. But I believed it for a long time until I listened to a book called The Advantages of Dyslexia. And when I listened to this book, it was like everything I ever knew or understood, I really did understand. Like it was like someone telling me about myself. But up until that point, I believed it was a weakness, and I didn't see any strength in it at all. But I wasn't being tested on liquids. I wasn't being tested on soups and ice creams or whatnot. I was being tested by some chips and some steak and pie and whatnot, right? Things that add to carb and digest. And because of that, I believe myself to have no strengths. If I ask you right now what are your strengths, most people struggle to say anything. And that's because the strengths that they have come so natural to them that they don't see it as a strength. And sometimes you need someone that has a different outlook or a different set of skills to acknowledge your skills. And when you have those skills acknowledged, those strengths in you that are acknowledged, make sure you make a mental note of them, because they're important. Playing into your strengths is amazing, and it makes you feel good, and it makes you feel adequate. I guess what I'm trying to say is, just because you get told by pretty much everyone that something you do or something you have or something that's happened to you is a weakness, don't listen to them. There's always strength in something, no matter what it is, and it could be the smallest thing, but that doesn't mean that it's nothing. There's always a bright side to things, and even if everyone around you is telling you there is no bright side, you will find one, because it is your weakness. At one point in time you will find it, and it might take absolutely years. But there's always a bright side, there's always a strength to your quote-unquote weakness. Humans are social animals. We're supposed to work together, from tribes to empires. We work together, and that only really happens when we're all good at different things. That's what makes us so good, because we're all good at different things, and because of our weaknesses strengthening our strengths. It makes us stronger when we work together. Everyone's got something to add to this world, everyone. And Sometimes it may not seem so clear to you what you've got to add to the world, but I promise you, you've got something. Everyone does. Everyone does. I don't care if you're whoever you are, you always have something to add to this world. I think the lesson today is to try and identify strengths within your weaknesses. That's the goal for today, guys. Bit of a scuffed video, but here we are.